Winter's icy touch is painting the landscape. Think chilly mornings, snowy mountain drifts, and elk recovering after the rut's intense hustle. Rifle season is here, and that means it's time to hit big country. We're talking miles and miles on foot, serious glassing, early mornings, late nights, and an absolute roller coaster of elevation gains and losses. This season is a real test for both body and mind, pushing us to be tougher and more grateful for every moment in the wild. And here in Wyoming, we're not at the top of the food chain. Grizzly bears are. So being aware and prepared with bear safety tips is a must. Buckle up because we're mixing epic hunting thrills with essential bear safety information that may help keep you safe on your next hunt out west. As the rut winds to a close and winter gradually settles over Wyoming, rifle season arrives like a local holiday. I'm here to join the festivities by venturing into the woods in search of a bull elk.
There's 3 different groups of elk along this hillside. All of them are not on public right now. They're all appearing to be bulls, so they're all bachelored up, post-rut, pretty typical. They're coming out to feed in the night and then bedding pretty early. They're kind of doing some sparring and whatnot. It's really fun to see all these elk. Beautiful bulls. A couple of them are just really nice bulls. Doing what they do post-rut, feeding, bachelored up. It's good to see. I'm getting cold and we can't go after any of these elk. So that means I'm gonna grab my backpack and we're gonna head around and check another draw. See if we can't glass up something on public, and then if not, we'll enjoy the trek out of here, which will be several warm hours of work.
How much you want something often drives how hard you'll chase it. For me, that means tackling the mountain miles ahead to track down a mature bull elk. I'm ready to get moving, do a lot of glassing, and covering as many miles as possible. With scenery like this, the view alone is a constant reminder of why we chase the thrill to be out here hunting.
Spot this morning. We tried to get in here yesterday in Yogi's truck but couldn't make it because the road conditions were too bad. So we brought the side-by-side in. We're gonna do some glassing and just kind of cruise around. This is a pretty good spot. We've got some friends that have hunted here, so hopefully we have some of the same luck that they've had in the past. It's a new area for us, obviously. So we're kind of trying to wait for it to get a little daylight before we do too much because we're not really sure what everything looks like. It's a beautiful morning. This is really rugged country. My guess in this situation, post-rut. We're probably not going to see a lot of elk in here, but the ones that we do see in here should be bulls, and judging by what we're looking at, I would imagine they would be mature bulls. This is really rough country, deep pockets of timber, kind of place that a big bull would want to go and just recoup from the rut and get some peace and quiet on a mountain and some solitude, and I couldn't think of a prettier place for that.
Pursue the Wild is brought to you by Ruger and Marlin Firearms. This segment is brought to you by Night Force Optics, rugged, reliable, repeatable. And On X Hunt, know where you stand.
We haven't had any luck glassing up anything in this canyon, so we're gonna go put some miles under us and check another spot, see if we can dig out a bull. Nice bull, which is awesome because it's on public land, but it's not awesome because we're nowhere near being where that bull is. So, that's good to see, and maybe that would be like a plan for another day to possibly go after that bull. So, it's a start. We've seen a bull that we can maybe pursue. I'm not sure what our plan's going to be tomorrow. Things are really quiet, and behind me 100 yards there's a carcass where another hunter harvested, so not sure that there's anything in this drainage at this point. Might be a little shot out after someone's packed one out of here, so we'll kind of regroup tonight and then make a decision on what we want to do for tomorrow. It's about 20 minutes before daylight. We spotted a bull last night by himself. Kind of a long shot that we'll be able to find him today and get on him, but it's the only shot we have as far as a prospect. So we're gonna get down in position, sit down and do some glassing for the next few hours and try to glass up this bull or another bull. And it's big country, so sometimes even when we see one, just getting to them logistically is really difficult. So we're gonna just give it our best today, and we got 2 more days of season counting today, so we're not gonna quit. We're gonna keep giving it. That is gonna be a good day. Last night is working up into the drainage we were at last night. So he's about 1,500 yards away right now. It's really rough, slow going, but we're going to try to beeline down, catch him before he beds. If not, it could be a long day trying to wait him out. He's a really nice dark horned 6-point bull, so we don't want to waste any time because we're not moving fast. This is rough. just went behind the mountain. And I would anticipate that this bull's gonna start wanting to get on his feet anytime. Just hope that everything works out and he steps out where I need him to. A little fast. Looked like I shot a little far forward. So I want to get down here, get down low and see if I can get eyes on this bull again. Because I want to make sure I get him down. If this is the part where every hunter's like just super anxious and not celebrating him, not celebrating it. I'm ready, we gotta keep going. He's right there. I was so worried after my shot. I'm really used to seeing my animals drop. That when I didn't see him drop after my shot, I went into full panic mode. And I wanted to run down here, and he's laying right there. He didn't go 20, 50 yards, I don't know. We just walked right by him, and I'm in sheer panic thinking, how am I gonna find this bull? We saw this bull come off the mountain last night, and he was on the next drainage over from us. So this morning we walked in the dark, and he moved into the drainage that we were at last night. But it actually worked out perfectly because I was in a really good spot to make a great shot when he came out of his bed, and we just waited him out. And when I saw him get out of bed, Yogi and I were completely ready, and he was rolling on the camera, and it's just so perfect. This is just worked out absolutely perfect. Beautiful bull. What a great week. It's been 3 hours since I shot the bull, and Yogi and I got the 4 quarters meat out. Everything's all bagged up, ready to go. It's 8:45 at night, and we're gonna start our trek out. I think it'll take us about 3 hours to get back to the quad for this first pack out. So work is beginning. Here we go. I think there's a little bit of ignorance that goes in some of this that we do for fun, but it's like type 2 fun, where at the time you question why you do things, and then after you're home you're like, man, that was awesome. I'm really looking forward to that part of the fun. It's now midnight, and we have about 45 minutes back to the quad. We're on a good trail now, so the hard part's over. We did about 1,800 vertical feet. Well, I guess we did about 1,600 feet in less than a mile and a half. So it's pretty much vertical the whole way.
There is nothing better than heavy packs in steep country, with the weight of that full pack serving as a testament to the hard work and dedication that went into the pursuit. The physical challenge itself reminds us of the true essence of the hunt, knowing that we have earned every ounce that we are blessed to carry out. Pursue the Wild is brought to you by Ruger and Marlin Firearms. This segment is brought to you by Safari Club International, first for hunters. Tinks, America's #1 buck lure. And Dead Downwind, real science, real results. Wyoming is where the untamed spirit of the West is met with awe-inspiring landscapes and wildlife that draws both local and visiting adventure seekers to its breathtaking mountains. After decades of federal protection and habitat stewardship, although still federally protected, the grizzly bear population is a fully recovered species in the greater Yellowstone ecosystem. What that means for residents and visitors alike is the need for education and training to help prepare people with potentially life-saving resources while in grizzly country. The Shoshone National Forest and Wyoming Game and Fish brought together conservation partners Safari Club International Foundation, Campfire Conservation Fund, and the American Bear Foundation to host bear spray training, demonstrations, and giveaways. We are about a half hour from kicking off our bear spray demos and inert training here, and also giveaways. And you can see that the community of Lander, Wyoming is very excited to get this training and receive the resource of bear spray. People are already lining up, and the community is excited to be heading in the woods this spring with more training and better preparation.
This is the cannon. Pretty simple function. This is a safety right here, okay? And the best way I found is just kind of rip that off with your thumb, okay? Put your hand in there and just rip that thing off, okay? And then that's the trigger. And I usually just use my thumb, and a lot of times, I hold it with two hands. And great question, you kind of want to aim low, okay? Like maybe at the bear's feet.
We're giving away 300 cans of bear spray in Cody and Du Bois and Lander. Last year we had some encounters during shed hunting season. We wanted them to be more prepared this year as they went out and conducted one of the better pastimes in Wyoming in the spring shed hunting season. So we conducted some training. We used a brand new charging bear simulator that was provided to us by Campfire Conservation Fund. It was a big hit this year, and I think it's gonna make a big difference.
I just feel like with this, it's great training, just practicing, releasing the trigger guard, if you will. And I find that it's a lot more stable if you hold both hands on the can, so you can kind of firmly control the spray. But man, that happens fast. It's actually kind of terrifying.
Bear spray is a key tool that we ask all of our hunters and guides to wear on their belt anytime that they're outside of their tent. I carry bear spray because I know that with bear spray, you can't miss. And in the unfortunate event that myself or my partner got knocked down and was being mauled by a bear, I don't want that other person trying to use a firearm to kill that bear, because there's just as good a chance that you could hit your hunting partner with the firearm.
I'm a big fan of having my dog with me while in grizzly country. When I was up north in one experience, I was skinning out a black bear hide, and we were on a well-defined game trail. And my dog was sleeping at my feet, and as I'm skinning the paws of this bear, because I was so distracted with my work, I did not notice that there was a grizzly approaching, and he was approaching at a full run. And it had not been for my dog being there and realizing that I was in danger by smelling it, he turned the grizzly bear, and I never had a direct encounter with the bear. But I can tell you right now that I was very thankful that I had my dog with me in grizzly country as a preventative measure. And a lot of outfitters are bringing dogs into camps, leaving them outside of their tents so that they can serve as kind of that first alarm.
The chances of actually bumping into a bear in the woods in a dangerous encounter is really small. But this just gives folks a respect for the fact that can happen. there is the possibility of bumping into a bear somewhere. And this is just another level of protection for you if you can't avoid that encounter. And so, again, you don't have to go out in the woods being fearful of an encounter, but just being respectful of the fact that that possibility exists.
Bear.
Having Wyoming Game and Fish here to educate the residents of Wyoming was very beneficial, because we're going to be able to take that information back to our homes, into our community, and inform visitors as well. Thank you for watching this episode of Pursue the Wild. Jump behind the scenes with us for our podcast, Wild and Uncut, or tune into our digital lifestyle show, Our Wild Life. You can stream everything on my website, pursuethewild.com, and be sure to follow me on social media, @Kristy Titus.